Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that are not. Who knows? We are really just here to live long and prosper. Happy First Contact Day, everybody. I'm a nerd. Anyway, we have a really fun show planned for you this evening. I will be joined by the incredible Amethyst Diamond this evening, as well as our special guest, who I'm very excited to sit here and kiki with for a bit. The incredible JADA SPARXXX will be joining us this evening. Tonight, we will be talking about Autism Awareness Month. And actually, in my own education on the matter, I've learned that a lot of people prefer Autism Acceptance Month because it's not enough to be aware, but you must be accepting. And I love that motto. So we are going to be going forward with Autism Acceptance Month. I want to see who's chiming in already. We've got Vicky and Robin saying hello already. Jess, one of our loyal fans, is out there. Fantastic. Daniel, glad to see you, darling. I know you took a bit of a break. You had some things going on. It always brings me joy to see you chiming into the show. Who else we got? Robin reminding everyone to share the love tonight. That's right. Share this link. Share it to everybody because right now, drag is under a very unfortunate microscope. So we need everybody out there to see that, drag is not a crime. Drag is fun. Drag is lighthearted. Drag is highly logical sometimes. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. We also have the incredible Sanika Diamond joining us this evening. Fantastic, Sanika. We were chatting about you a little while ago because, of course, I got your mother and your sister backstage right now. My lovely husband, Derek, is watching. Good evening, my love. The beautiful Lori is watching this evening. Hello, sweetheart. You know what? I need to dive into something, and that is a little bit of who, what, and where. Who am I? I am Lieutenant Commander DeVere. Can't really see him on camera, but Lieutenant Commander. I am a science officer on the USS. I can't tell what ship that is, and I really should have checked beforehand. But there's an Intrepid class right up there. I'm that kind of nerd. Deal with it. I love the art of drag, and such emotional displays are going against my Colinar training. What am I wearing? Buckle up, everybody. I've been loading up these jokes for a week. What am I wearing? I am wearing the new Star Trek Picard Season 3 uniform with Lieutenant Commander Pips. I have the rest of the Pips downstairs. My makeup this evening, my face is Wet and Wild. My eyes are kimchi with a little bit of Morphe thrown in there. My lips are, of course, the lip bar. I love the lip bar. My ears are actually from Amazon. They're really great because they pop on and off. This hair, I couldn't tell you where I got this hair, but it was funny. I was getting ready with Jada backstage, and she was just like, okay, she's going soft, she's going light. I put the wig on, and she was like, oh, because this hair, this wig is just, she's everything. I mean, this is my natural hair. This is my real hair. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm so Vulcan. And where can you find me? There are a lot of places you can find me right now. You can find me every other Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can find me this Friday at Divas Down Under. We are doing the evolution of drag. Now, what that means, each performer will come out and do the first number they ever performed, Their second number will be something they are well known for performing, and our third numbers that evening will be something we have never performed before. I'm very excited about that show. It will be starring Fancy Dismount, Katarina Couture, Amethyst Diamond, Poison, Tara Ashley Austin, Aurora F. Sterling, and myself, Jade DeVere. I will be heading down to actually help out backstage for Work in the Motor House coming up very soon from Gutbuster Entertainment. That is going to be a really fun show down around Baltimore with Divinity Cruz, Jayla Nicole, Sapphire D. Dior, Nevaeh Levixen, and Katarina Couture. And on May the 4th, because I haven't been nerdy enough, I will be doing May the 4th Be With You, a drag queen tribute with Chastity Vane, myself, and Haley Hemorrhoid. That will be at Dragon Distillery. That's going to be a really fun show. I'm super excited about that. I am also super excited about my incredible co-host. You know her and love her, and I can't think of anybody I would rather share the stage with. So let us welcome the incredible Amethyst Diamond. Sir? Sir?
What?
Hi.
What's up?
Do you need some, do you want some makeup, some cosmeceuticals?
No, thank you. I'm allergic.
How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. Busy week. Lots going on.
Yep.
Everything but sleep, I think, this week. So, yeah, it's been a good week, but here we are.
That's valid. That's very valid.
A lot going on. I have Twizzlers. I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah.
How excited are you for Divas Down Under?
I love when we do a theme because that really lets me hone in on exactly what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one, I mean, I've been doing this for so long, I had to stop and think what my first performance was. I was like, I don't remember. I figured it out. No problem. But it challenges us to actually, I don't know, go. It's more than just picking out any random song. You know, yeah. These songs actually mean something to us, except for the one that we haven't done yet, because I don't even know what I'm doing yet, honestly, as far as that's concerned.
I'm excited because I looked back at what my first performance was.
Yeah.
But I had to get creative because that song is really short. And
right.
We don't do short numbers at Divas Down Under. So I had to mash it up with something else. And the result, I am so excited to reimagine.
I kind of had to do the same thing. You know, the songs that I first did came out, you know, in the 90s. So they didn't have the Joella Puss remix yet, or Thunder Puss, or the Whip Cracks and all that. So it was good because the two that I mixed together, the one I did in high school, I was in marching band in high school. In our Halloween party, I did drag for the first time, technically, in 1996. And I performed this one song. But my first time ever, like in full drag in DC in 99, I did another song by the same artist, so I just meshed them together. So now the song is 4 minutes long.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine went crazy because the first song I ever did is from a musical and it's from a soundtrack. And I was like, that's short. But then I found the same artist singing later in the soundtrack a song I used to sing at karaoke.
Oh, really?
So it's this long mashup. And it's 8.5 minutes long.
8.5?
Yep. I'm not Alizé doing no 11-minute number, but love you, Alizé.
Mine's 7.
7?
Yeah.
Well, that's the venue we have to do the long numbers.
Yeah, we got to mow the grass, honey.
Exactly. That cabbage is not going to cut itself.
This doesn't pay for itself.
Exactly.
It buys me Twizzlers.
Exactly. Oh, you got the 0 sugar ones too.
Nice. I did. Everything is 0 sugar. I had a gown fitting on Monday. Honey, it's tighter than the last one, and I'm grateful for that.
I'm in that. I just got my outfit for the New Jersey Ren Fair. I'm very excited, but she is snug. And
that's okay.
I'm doing things in a gown this year that I did not do last year.
Ooh.
Stay tuned, everybody.
I want to see this.
Right. If you have not gotten your tickets for the New Jersey Ren Fair, go to www.njrenfair.com. It's going to be good. I'm going to type that in right now.
Do it. Show it off. And for those of you watching out there, go ahead and hit that share button right there down below. Share the love. Share the live. You know, we're trying to get famous over here. You know what I mean? So
it's true. It's hard work.
It's hard work. It's a pain in the ass.
It really is.
I have had it.
Exactly. Although I do have to give credit to this one for a moment for posting pictures in like Amethyst Diamond merch today. And everybody was asking where you can get Amethyst Diamond merch. Well, it's right down there. That's not even our official merch.
It's not, but our page got lit up, didn't it?
That's a bootleg, and I am suing because I'm mad about it.
This is a bootleg, not available in stores. I'm sorry.
Exactly. However, if you go to jadedevere.com/merch, you can get a lovely shirt like this one.
Oh, there she is.
How about that? We also have hoodies. I just got my hoodie in the mail, and it is lovely.
Well, thank God, because it was 88 degrees today, so...
The weather, though.
I'm happy about it, but now I have to change my fashion.
Exactly. Tanaya, my sister, needs that hoodie. It's www.jadedevere.com/merch.
/merch.
Exactly. All of the proceeds from that go right back to myself and Amethyst and my husband, who does all the legwork for us. I'll be very honest. He's awesome.
It goes right back there into my closet.
It goes right there to all of her stuff.
Hey, look, here's what it is.
Right. We got a lot of people popping in tonight. That's awesome.
Well, let's go ahead and see who we have over here.
Derek pointed out that the Enterprise E was a Sovereign class starship. It is, which makes me think that is not the Enterprise E, because that is not Sovereign class. The one down there is closer. I know. Amethyst knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You lost me at nerd.
Yep. But yeah, we have a lot of some new names in here, like Tanaya Harris. I love that name.
Hi, Tanaya, baby.
Miranda Poole, love you ladies. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
We love Miranda. She works with the Red Lion Fire Hall, and we did a lot of fundraisers for them, as well as my promoter, Tom Marston.
Nice.
And she's also a part of our guest tonight's show that she had in Brogue, Pennsylvania. Alliance Fire and Rescue. Thank you. And we love you. We love you for accepting us into your community and into your home and into your establishment. We will always raise money for you, and anything you need, we're always going to be there for you because you're there for us. So Red Lion Fire Hall, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, we can coexist. It's possible.
Valerie's saying, glad to have seen my first drag show at the Fireside. That's awesome.
Yes, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. And our guest is going to talk about all the upcoming shows she's going to book there that she just found out about.
What none of you can see is her backstage flipping me off. Oh yeah, that middle finger is raised high and proud. So why don't we share her with the entire world? Everybody, let's welcome. How much does a segue? Let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, an incredible drag performer. I'm so excited. Put your hands together for JADA SPARXXX.
Bye.
She's here. Yes.
You right.
JADA, why don't you give everybody at home a little who, what, where about you?
So my name is JADA SPARXXX.
Yes, God.
She makes that thing full screen and it messes me up. It is lovely. What's up? I wish. Do they know like what happens? No.
No.
It's a shame. They should see it too. Anyway, but so my mother left. Screw her.
There you go.
So I am JADA SPARXXX. I am a comedian that does drag. I'm not just a drag queen. I am wearing shit that I found.
Nothing wrong with that.
I have no idea where it came from. I unpacked a lot of drag a couple weekends ago and she was there. So, hey, she's here. And you can find me on Facebook at Danny Hawks. That's DANNIE. And you can find me doing shows at Fireside or Fiddlers at the Fire. Wait, Fireside at the Fiddlers.
Yep.
Occasionally.
Occasionally, that's how you're going to do it.
Occasionally. Girl, listen. No, I would do a show every single day there if it had anything to do with Miranda.
Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah, I love Miranda. She is a huge, she's just amazing. And
she has a beautiful dog named Sniper.
Yeah, he's fucking. Oh, I said it. See, look, there I go, canceled.
You're allowed 4 F-bombs during the podcast this evening.
You're already in the negative.
Well, that was a third.
Well then, get out the swear jar.
Right, girl. So yeah, so that's me.
Fantastic.
Look at all the kids that are watching.
One of the big reasons, and what everybody out there does not know, we actually got together last week and just discussed this episode a little bit because we did want to talk about, autism awareness and autism acceptance. And you have said you were late diagnosed. So how has that changed your perspective on things?
My life is over. Honestly, it explains so much stuff. For many, many years, since I was a kid, all you ever heard was, "Oh, that's just Danny. Danny's just different. Oh, that's just Jada. She's just different." And now having the diagnosis and being able to understand why I think and process the way I do, it's changed everything. I'm able to be more conscientious of most things. I still struggle though, but I think that's just part of the diagnosis. But it's completely changed things because I've been able to actually go back and find people, Jade DeVere, that I had problems with in the past. And we are able to now fully understand each other and exactly how certain things happened. And so shut your mouth, mother. Did anybody else notice that she's not in drag? And the only reason she's not in drag is because her daughter is here and her daughter's the pretty one.
I wanted to give you a fighting chance of popularity this evening.
Girl, please. Look at this.
Oh my God. I love that you brought that up, Jada, because honestly, we didn't always get along, but now we understand each other. And I think that's something important for everyone to know. You can disagree with people, but you and I have common ground now. And we've been sitting here for the last hour just cutting up and having such a good time.
Yes.
And now we get each other. And I'm so appreciative of your friendship.
She said, yeah, she got here 5 minutes ago.
She sure did. And
again, you are welcome.
They have no idea what's happening tonight.
Oh,
exactly. Well, everybody out there, if you have any questions for any of us, feel free to message them in. We will be getting to your questions. I noticed that Miranda is saying, actually, yeah, Miranda, girl, we are working on it. Fireside May 21st.
Of course.
That is a brunch. That is a brunch. That is a brunch. I don't know that I'll be able to do the show. I'll probably be downstairs eating, but I'll be there. I'm joking, mother.
I can't. I'm not doing May. I can't do May.
No, you're not there. We don't need you.
Right, Jan.
I love you. What did you say?
Sure, Jan.
Marsha.
Sure, Jan.
I want to point out that half the comment section is the diamond mine right now. All of Amethyst's children are in here.
Sure, Jan.
And poor Aurora F. Sterling is trying to keep an eye on all the shenanigans.
Hi,
oh my
Aurora.
God, that's somebody I haven't seen in a very long time.
I'll see her on Friday. I have my RSVP for your wedding. I'll bring it then. I'm not coming. I'm kidding. I am.
I have to huge shout out to Aurora and her fiance. The two of them have been advertising and working, and just they are a drag power couple, and it is beautiful to watch.
Yes, it's nice to see when that works, because that doesn't always work, because sometimes there's a lot of competition. One gets better than the other, and it's it goes much later.
Who's she marrying?
the person that responded right after her, Matt.
Or is it that one? It's down there for me?
Yep.
I don't know that person. I don't know any of these queens today. It is insane.
That's probably for the best.
Right. She can reinvent.
Right.
She might come out as being nice.
But yeah, shout out to Roxy Fontaine and Aurora F. Sterling for just busting their butts and being so supportive of each other. And that's the beautiful thing.
Congrats, girl. Congrats.
Right. Well, there's always been that joke of like, if you put two drag queens together in a relationship, it's going to be terrible because they're going to compete with each other and they're going to end up hating each other. Those two, adorable. They make me nauseous, honestly, because they're just so adorable.
Or they turn the one into a booger. It's terrible.
Right.
I've seen it happen.
Booger? Sanika is watching.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Sanika. How you doing?
Wow. Your phone about to blow up, girl.
Girl, that would mean she had to put some effort into it.
Wow. Okay. She's about to knock on your door.
She is going to show up at your house and go, sir.
Is that a truffle from the truck?
Not a truffle. You have licorice. Is that what you said you have?
I did, yeah.
So that's a skinny person treat.
Is that a peanut butter egg?
Girl, the peanut butter egg. Hold on.
And Sanika says that.
Oh, screw up. I ain't promoting her business. Never you mind.
Oh, so that is her egg.
Yeah, girl. Choco L'Amour.
That is Choco L'Amour. Y'all, if you ever get to York, you got to look up Choco L'Amour. It's my best friend and my drag daughter's business, her and her husband. Deep fried truffles, all homemade baked goods, biscottis and muffins and cheesecakes and everything. It is the best around in New York. So
I was about to say, you better watch what you say. She be coming to your house next. You said it might be. No, girl, you better say it is.
She's more than welcome to come to my house.
That's funny because I've not gotten that invite.
That does not surprise me.
I'm gonna make a bold statement right now. I say we have a Diamond Mind episode of Inside the Drag Closet where we enjoy Choco L'Amour for the evening.
Oh God.
It's a mukbang with chocolate.
Oh, I'm going to be diabetic by the end of that. Oh,
she's been trying to get on the show for years, girl. Sanika, I love you. I swear to God, I love you.
She says thanks for the promotion. Of course, baby.
Anytime. Absolutely.
So we did get a question here. Jess would like to know. So we know Jade loves nerd shows. What TV or movies inspire you, Amethyst and Jada? Jada, why don't you take that first?
Don't do that to me. Go ahead, mother. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What TV and movies inspire me in life or as for drag?
Both.
For both, I don't get a lot of opportunities to really watch TV. I'm not really committed to any shows. I guess that's not fair to say. There are some things I watch, but I'm a horror movie fan. I think that's where my love of makeup really originated, is with horror effects and makeup effects and things like that. That's where I really found a passion for makeup. I just turned it into lip gloss and mascara instead of blood and gore. Inspiration as far as movies, I get most of my inspiration honestly from music. Music is where I draw my inspiration from, honestly. Old cartoons. I love old cartoons and things like that if I were to pick TV shows. But most of my inspiration comes from music, or my fellow entertainers inspire me as well. So
I like that answer.
I didn't really quite answer that, but
you did.
But I did.
How about you, Jada?
Can you put it back on the screen for me?
Sure.
Sorry, she's slow.
Processing disorder. You will get canceled this evening, ma'am.
I'll put the carpet out. I'll go make a pie.
What kind of pie?
You see.
So, I am not nerdy. So much so that Jade was actually talking about Star Trek and like Star Wars. And I didn't catch that it was two different things.
Oh,
so,
Talk about getting canceled. Girl, you get canceled faster for that.
Listen,
That's true.
So as most people that know me know that I'm pretty much a gay elitist. So like if it does not have a gay theme or like something relevant to our community, I just don't watch it.
Right.
And being autistic, we have our things that we watch over and over and over and over and over again. Just like music, we typically watch the same things over or listen to the same music because it's not as jarring. It's not as like, yeah, it doesn't cause overstimulation. But I watch Queer as Folk, the original, not this like new one that they just did that was dumb. Please don't ever do that again and disrespect the freaking franchise. Anyway, but yeah, so like I watch a lot of Queer as Folk. I watch a lot of vampires, and like yeah, like I love True Blood, the originals, Vampire Diaries,
Queen of the Damned, Interview with the Vampire.
honey, sad, like anyway, phenomenal.
Yes.
But yeah, so for TV, that's pretty much what I watch. And then like with movies, I'm not a big movie person, but tonight I am giving you a little Aaron Brockovich, Got Fat and Old.
Is that Houndstooth there?
Hello? Did you know though? Did you know?
What?
Did you know that who is it? One of the very like southern states just went their team, like their uniforms just went orange, houndstooth, and I was really surprised, but I forget who it was.
Really?
Yeah, because I love houndstooth. I live for houndstooth. It's just kind of my thing. And yeah, I found out they did, and I was like, maybe not anymore. I think it's Alabama, which was
Trying to look
surprising
it up.
because that's a little progressive of them.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's not like Arkansas or Tennessee.
Did you want to bring up Tennessee?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Or Arkansas.
You know what? Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it and apologize for the tornadoes that came afterwards.
Yeah, how about
Right.
that?
I literally, oh, by the way, just so you know, the other day I was watching a live podcast when the tornadoes were going through, and it literally went right over the DoubleTree where we stayed at for Miss Gay America.
See?
And I was like, well,
Done pissed off Dorothy. That's what you get.
I didn't know Aida was here tonight.
But yeah, it's.
I love that. Look, that wasn't shade. That wasn't shade.
No, that was funny as hell.
He does an amazing Dorothy. My God, nobody does it better.
She is Miss Godfrey's.
That's right.
Godfrey's.
But
Like,
yeah, like
DC.
all of this ridiculous legislation right now is just ridiculous. It's intentionally written vague. Like Ben de la Creme did this amazing interview for The Daily Show, and she's just like, they're so worried about the kids. When we were growing up, there was no queer representation, and look at the three of us.
See what happens?
You're worried.
Yeah. Oh, I forget who it was. I know Margaret Cho does some stand-up. She's like, why wouldn't you want a gay kid?
I love Margaret Cho.
A gay kid is not going to shoot up your school. That would get in the way of yearbook.
Exactly.
Right? It's
Damn
just,
kids.
it's so ridiculous. Jada's like, nope, I gotta go.
I can't. I'm done.
I did want to throw something fun out there. You were talking about liking gay elitist shows. Star Trek's getting there. Like, Star Trek's well on its way. Like, the last season of Star Trek Discovery, there was a non-binary character and a trans man. And they're this cute little couple. There's a gay couple on the ship now. Like, it's...
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. And it's Anthony Rapp and Wilson Cruz from My So-Called Life
Wow.
as like a gay married couple, and they make perfect sense.
Wow.
Like, Wilson Cruz plays the ship's doctor, and the character is like the paragon, like the nicest character. So much so, like, when they were writing the show, they were just like, we're doing the mirror universe, but we don't want to show that character evil ever. We don't want to think of that character as evil because he's the good guy. I'm like, that's beautiful.
I love it.
But anyway, we have more questions here.
Bring it on.
Next question. Random favorite Easter or spring candy?
That one's easy.
Yeah.
That one's easy. I love those candy coated chocolate eggs. Come in a little bag, little purple bag.
Same.
I
They're
will
Cadbury.
just dump them. They're
Yep.
my favorite thing in the world. Please don't buy me any. That's not a part of my life right now. Please don't bring me any. I will eat them. Don't bring them any. No. But those candy coated chocolate eggs are my favorite Easter.
Oh.
Give them to her. Give them all to her.
I don't have to. No, bring them to me after June. Because I don't have to. I have to fit in my gown and then I want candy.
Yes. That's, yep. I had my cheat meal yesterday after I had my gown fitting on Monday, and now we're just back on track. So
Yep.
as she sits there eating peanut butter eggs, I'm going to snatch them right out of there. Oh, I can't stand it.
Right.
I'm back.
I was answering the question with the visual.
You're
By
right.
the way, Jada, you bought me that cookie with the I bought myself this cookie after dinner the other day, and it was lovely.
Where'd you get it from?
This little like place, like a corner shop. I think it was in York. I don't remember.
No,
Probably
no,
was.
no, it wasn't in York.
It wasn't. It wasn't in York.
It was very downtown.
No, no, it wasn't. No. Did Sneeka stop watching? She got orders to take care of. Sneeka?
Did you go over to the truck?
When today?
No.
No, for the cookie.
No. So, and Sneeka knows this, and I throw it in her face every time I get. So Prince Street Cafe. So I actually live in the square of York, downtown, and Prince Street Cafe is downstairs. So that's where Amy, Jade, and I met for lunch, and they have this thing, and it's called a Nutella chocolate covered cookie. One moment, Bunny.
Do you have a stack of them next to you?
She does.
So this morning, my lovely friend Benny and his boyfriend Josh were like, "Hey, come have coffee at Prince Street," and I was like, "Okay, let me add a third chin." So this is what it is. Now it was mashed in with Jada's hair, but it's Nutella with a chocolate chip cookie with like this cream stuff in the middle. And it is quite amazing. And I keep telling Sanika, you need to go buy one because as of right now, this heifer is going to keep eating them from Prince Street. So she ain't had one yet, and I ain't buying one either for her.
Damn.
I tried buying Jade too, one for her and one for her husband, and Jade was like, "Oh, Derek's dieting," and I was like, "That's fine, I'm not." So I had one that evening, and then I had one 2 days later. I just pop it in the refrigerator, and I'm a real fat girl. Like,
Congratulations.
like a real one. Like this is not like where what.
I love that he's in the room with you and asking questions.
Yeah. Derek, I bought you one. I did. And I tried handing it to your freaking husband, and he was like, no.
No.
And, like the look on his face was sheer terror, as if I was like trying to take down the freaking planet.
It was.
I was
Same
a little
thing.
upset for a moment, but then I ate it and it felt good.
Baby, I will take you to the Prince Street Cafe and we will get cookies together.
Or better yet, Derek, just call me, and I will take you down and I will get you, because like I want to break everybody's virginity for those cookies, honey. They're everything.
No, don't do it.
Well, I know you can't do it because, you know, I still don't know how I ended up in his family.
Speaking of which, we have 4 more questions here, and the next one has to do with family. I believe this question is for Amethyst. Who's your favorite diamond child, myself not included for obvious reasons? That would be Alanya Chest being an absolute shit stirrer right now.
She'll never say it. No, I know who it is actually. She's one that looks like me.
All of my children are my favorite. All of them.
I'm not frozen.
More Botox, yeah. More Botox.
Jade and I were actually talking that.
We were.
I need just a little pull. I just need a little filler.
Tighten the tape.
I need
Shut up, bitch. Shut up.
I want that thing done. I want this thing done.
I want a it's a mini facelift, and it's the threaded facelift, and it's the thing that they put in and they just pull back ever so. But for now, just Botox and filler.
Rip it.
Yep.
Just Botox and filler for now.
Ooh, this is a good question. Ooh, we're getting some deep questions here. Vicky would like to know, Jada, how did you get your start in drag?
Don't I have to tell this story?
I don't have enough snacks around me for this story.
It makes me seem like I actually like my mother. So when I was 19 or 20, a wee lad, I went to Central Pennsylvania Pride, and there was this stunning queen on stage. Well, that was before I understood drag, but there was this queen on stage, and I was like, oh, I could do that. This looks fun. She's sort of pretty. So, like, I kind of, like, watched Queens or whatever. My boyfriend just pulled up. I'm so sorry.
She's got a date after this.
Apparently, there's more than one.
Alcohol surprise.
Yeah, nothing new. Anyway, so I fell in love with him at this diamond, and is it
just
bike
move next
week?
to the racetrack, everyone.
Is it bike week?
Right.
It's York.
Here, I don't hear that crap.
You're in the square of York.
I don't hear that. I'm on the 4th floor. I shouldn't have said that.
You should have. Now I know exactly where you are.
Now they all know exactly where you are.
Okay, it's a secured building. You can't get in.
Challenge accepted.
But yeah, so that's how I saw Amethyst Diamond, and I absolutely loved watching her entertain, and I was just completely enthralled. So then I guess it was like 4 years later, I met Lexus Diamond, who's now, and we became really good friends and roommates, and she introduced me to Amethyst and Sanika. And one night the girls asked me if I wanted to go out and face, and I was like, yeah. So here's one of those things that comes back to, like, I never understood why I was like this, but it has to do with autism. So Amethyst Diamond is infamous for painting queens for their very first time. And she makes them look stunning, she does, but she's shady. And she doesn't let you watch when she's painting you. She turns you.
Oh, I love that.
From the mirror. So girls struggled if they thought that they were going to learn how to paint from Amethyst. No. Jada sat there and said, that brush, okay? And then felt how it applied on my face. And then I said, oh, that product on that kind of sponge. And felt how it was applied on my face. And I literally went the next day to Walmart, because that's where she used to get her product. But it was before I knew any better. So I went. But I should pull out the La Femme. Should I? What? I'm done.
Carry on.
No, I'm good.
That was it?
That was it.
There wasn't anything else you wanted to talk about?
We do have more questions.
Fine.
Actually, of course, my husband, keeping us on theme for this evening.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah. Jada, as someone with autism, do you ever have issues in performance venues or clubs with sound systems that sync music and lighting? I've heard this may present an issue for some people.
So I actually talked about this at my show. I'm very particular about the music. In order for me to actually be okay to go perform, I have to physically feel the music. If I don't feel it, I can't remember my words. And that's
why it was so loud.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because I literally went over to 8, who was DJing, and I was like, but it's because of my sensory issues that, autism is just like a sensory-based type thing, and we experience the world in very different ways. And for me, if I can't feel the music, I can't remember my words. So I have to have, but no, as far as like the lighting and the music, that's not an issue. But the volume and the bass is a big thing for me.
Wow.
Give me
Yeah.
that bass.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm going to keep hearing, like the cups clattering, or somebody is opening up their zipper of their purse, or somebody shuffling in their seat, or like all of those little noises that other people just don't hear, or they don't hone in on. My hearing is like uber sensitive, and I hear everything. So I have to have, just like right now, like I don't know if anybody can hear it, but I have a box fan running, and my box fan runs 24/7. Something I never realized or understood before. I get overstimulated by background sounds that aren't consistent. It's very jarring. So I always run a box fan. But yeah.
That's wild.
Let's say our friend Evelyn's here.
Yep, Evelyn is watching this evening. Evelyn, another performer living with autism. The reason Derek asked that question, we were talking one night, and he does all the lighting for Divas Down Under, and he had actually synced his lights to the bass of the music. Or no, it was for Inside the Drag Closet. Our original, we were looking at the video, and he actually had the logo pulsing in tune with the music. And I had learned from someone else that that's actually a very triggering thing for them, because they were like, that throws me in ways. I was like, so we've been very cautious to, make sure our show, obviously we want our show to be accessible to everyone. But yeah, it's very interesting. The common phrase is, if you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism.
Yeah.
Every single form is different, and it's fascinating, honestly. There's so many people. There are times in my life where I've thought, am I there? I think I'm there. I think I have some form, but
I think everybody has sensory issues nowadays. I just think it's environmental. Listen, I'm not going to debate, where autism comes from, how long it's been prevalent, blah, 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 blah. But what I will say is 99.99% of my friends have sensory issues in some type of way. And I find it interesting because there's also now what they're studying is there's a huge correlation between the LGBT community and autism. Our numbers are almost doubled of people on the spectrum who identify as some type of queer. So it's really, really interesting to me how those things kind of come together. And it's something that I love to research and learn about. It's just like you said, it's such a fascinating thing. And I don't know if that's my autism, just wanting to understand itself. But I love especially the sensory stuff, because that's what seems to be my biggest struggle is sensory stuff. And my mouth.
A lot of people have sensed your mouth. Anyway.
And your kitty.
Actually, there was a question about your kitty.
Where's Prance?
Cassie wants to see your kitty, like your actual kitty, not
Show us your kitty.
I'm not wearing underwear.
Again, shock all the
goody.
surprise.
Oh my God.
Plants.
Oh.
Hi, my boy. This is
Oh.
my cat. He's the bestest kitty ever. He is literally he is a very odd cat because this is his happy place. He would
On
just
your bosom.
he stopples occasionally. I'm kidding. No, but that was a joke. I'm not into bestiality. Not hating on anybody who is. Do your thing. But Prance is Prance. Back to Prance. Prance is like, I'm out of here. I'm done. So Prance loves his Therant. But he's actually registered as an emotional support. I did not realize what a big role he does take in calming my autism. There's something called autism meltdowns. And the only way to really kind of bring me out of that is spending time with him. If I could take him everywhere I go, I would. He is my buddy, but he is a Seal Point Himalayan, and he is the sweetest kitty in the world.
Oh, you can't even see his little face.
I mean, it's all smashed. Come here, plants. Meow.
Oh,
But that's my boy. Yeah,
Aw.
he's my baby. He's a bigger diva than I am.
your husband, I swear.
Who, Derek?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I saw it and I'm ignoring it.
Okay.
What do you say? No, don't ignore it. That's bad. What do you say?
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
What's that from?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's from Meet the Fockers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a Seal Point Himalayan.
Yep.
What was that cat's name? Wasn't it a Seal Point?
Oh, I don't know that.
I don't remember.
Prancy was the cat's name.
Well, it wasn't Prancy, was it?
Prancy Prance.
That's my now. So Prance is purebred. He's registered with the feline whatever association, and his real name, his whole entire registered name, is Prance's the House Down Boots.
Jinxie.
Jinxie, that's it. Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, Prance's the House Down Boots is Prance's real registered name.
Prance.
Nice.
Down.
The next question we have here is from Miranda. I have a question. How long did it take you to feel comfortable to dress into the beautiful ladies you all are and put shows on that you do? Because I wish I could do that.
You can.
Yeah, do it.
You can. You'd be surprised what putting a different style of clothing on, or a wig, or makeup, or it's you instantaneously become somebody else.
Yep.
And it's almost like you have a new attitude, a new thought process, new abilities, a new brain. You are
Does
a
an amazing things for
person.
Amethyst. It makes her nice.
It makes me nice. It's amazing what happens when you put all that on.
Miranda, are you more interested in doing drag king, or are you more interested in femming and being a queen?
I have to, and I kind of want to make a quick distinction. We talk about it a lot on the show. As drag performers, this is not my everyday. My everyday is I'm a guy.
She's a
But
dude.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I kind of feel pretty. I'm kind of feeling this. I do. I feel beautiful right now. I can't wait to take this crap off. But Miranda just responded, I don't have the guts to go up there in front of everyone as a king.
You'd be
Maybe
surprised.
you'd be surprised because way back
Back in high school,
I was a very quiet,
yeah,
very shy,
yeah,
very kind of introverted, withdrawal. I'm still an introvert, I'm an introvert that doesn't extrovert things.
Me too.
But yeah, well, we're Pisces, Mom. Like
that's right.
Yeah. But it's yeah, you would be surprised because it's a costume. It's a costume. And it helps you. I don't know. Like it helped me find my voice. As ugly as Tanika is, now they're trying to censor me. But as vile as Tanika is, she's actually
vile.
Okay. Of course. So your guest on the last show, like that's me and Tanika. We are gutted and rotted to one another. Like we are terrible to one another. But anyway, cleavage, and I don't even have boobs on tonight. That's fantastic.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty.
She's got really lightheaded. But she said one night to me at an establishment that we don't speak about. She told me, "Girl, invoke the power of the big hair." And literally since then, if I'm in drag, I can say and or do anything I want. Now that's helped filter over into my everyday life, and it's caused me to be able to speak up and use my voice more. But I'm typically more withdrawn as, my everyday self.
And I think that's the beautiful part about being a performer. Like, you have the luxury to go, I'm just going to be stealth today. I'm going to be a little more quiet, a little more reserved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't, like, I've done this show as a guy, and Amethyst is doing the show as a guy tonight. And it feels harder to not be dressed like this and do a show. As this is a mask. This is fun. This is playful.
Right.
But sitting here as my authentic self, I was like, hey, everybody. What's up?
Right. And the way, like what Jada was just saying, how there is a crossover, I'm sitting here out of drag, but I'm still Amethyst Diamond. You know what I mean? I'm the exact person I would be if I was wearing a wig. You know what I mean? But that helped me become that person. We're the same person. It's still me. It's just, a different facet of myself because I'm a diamond.
Put that shit on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt. I have it on a t-shirt.
She sure do. Alize has a really fascinating question. For Jada, how has drag helped you with your autism?
Honestly, it was funny because when Amethyst was talking, it's interesting because my issues are so sensory related.
Yeah.
When I'm in drag, because I live my life makeup every day. As a non-binary individual, I have been wearing makeup in my everyday life since I was like 20 years old. It's just always who I've been. But drag, because I'm sensory overwhelmed and everything, when I'm in drag, like right now, I do not feel like I'm in drag because I'm not binded. Amethyst knows because she's been at backstage many of shows with me, and when people put my corset on, people a lot of times are like, that's a lot, because you just don't stop. Like, just don't stop. But people with autism love compression. We love that pressure. So for me, having that corset on makes me feel more comfortable, but that allows me then to be more myself, I feel. So I think drag and the undergarments and giving me that comfort of that pressure allows me to be more myself. But drag has also helped me appreciate beauty in other ways than I do in my everyday life. Yeah.
I love that.
It pushes me out of my comfort zone. Because if it were up to me, I would literally sit at home every single day, all day, every day. And drag helps me break down those walls of my autism.
We can't have that.
Well, and this one's a little more personal, but Jada, does your autism affect your love life in any way because of the sensory issues?
Yes. Shut up. Giggling over here. No, it does. I don't know how explicit I can be. So autism, I don't have that social awareness a lot of times, especially when I'm talking about me personally. I will overshare. It's part of the autism. But so an incident happened with an ex, and he was very gentle, very kind in the bedroom, very soft natured, and that didn't work for me. I don't know how to say that. I just needed more.
Wow. It doesn't work for Benny either.
That's hot.
And he didn't understand that. And he didn't understand that, like, when it was normal, it was like, okay, but I needed more.
Ma'am.
But I asked if I was going to overshare. You didn't do the look. You didn't do the.
That's the look she's giving you now.
I get it now. Social cues. You sometimes have to. There you go. But like, no, it takes a lot to communicate with a significant other when you're autistic. It just like now, like when I get nervous, it gets 10 times worse because my brain just keeps going. Because there's also a correlation between ADHD and autism, and the medicine has definitely worn off. Anyway, but yeah, no, it definitely complicates. It takes a very, very, very empathetic and understanding individual to be with somebody I feel is with autism. It takes somebody who's willing to educate themselves and be educated and understand that there's going to be very big nuances and differences in your everyday life.
Very nice.
I'm going to put on my pageant face now.
There you go. She's getting ready.
Just so I can leave.
This next question is for myself and Amethyst.
Oh no.
And it's something we do have to wrap our head around because I think it's a fun idea. We have to think about it. So when are you going to put the Patreons in drag?
Oh shit.
So thank you for bringing that up. We do have a wonderful group of Patreons who follow us. That is Jake, Jess, Lori, Orion, Corey, Brian, Jeremy, Este, Josh, Daniel, Robin, Vicky, and Emily.
Not bad.
All right, we got it. We got a nice assortment of Patreons.
More.
And we are super grateful to them. We do have to figure out a way to do that. Well, one is already a drag queen. So Estee Lauderdale, ma'am, she has been working the gigs. She has been getting herself booked. Which has been beautiful to watch.
She's been sewing and trying new drag and really just embracing her character. So we see you, girl. We see you.
Right. Did I tell you while you were at final night at America, I was hanging out with Estee Lauderdale.
Oh, cool.
At Katie Bourbon's house.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Which was amazing.
Good.
Oh, we just got a bunch of questions too. But yeah, we are thinking on it. We just got to figure out, because there's a lot of you and there's two of us. We have to figure out, maybe we'll pull in Estee to do some of the makeovers.
There we go.
That's it. That's the thing.
I think we'd get a lot of different styles. I know she would appreciate, some lessons in makeup as well. So.
Yep. I like that.
I haven't painted anybody in a long time.
Me neither. I don't like painting others. Like I always stand to. I've painted my daughter Mona once and I liked it, but I prefer when somebody else paints. I love when Ashley Lynn paints her because there's just something about their makeup that works together.
All right.
But yeah, although I did this vintage look on Mona once and I loved it. We just got a bunch of questions too. Question from Ava Rage.
Hi, Ava.
How do you take confidence from your drag personas and take it into your everyday? For myself, Ava is very confident, but once all that goes away and Ava is put back in her suitcase, that body dysmorphia comes back. Oh, we talked about that.
So is your lack of confidence due to how you view your physical form? or is it a lack of confidence in your personality and how you carry yourself? Because for me, that would be two different things. Like, obviously, my drag body is not my male body, so there's a distinct separation between the two. I'm not honey, I don't get upset when that comes off. Thank God. You know what I
Some of
mean?
us wish it would.
Wait. Keep working on your fitness, honey. Keep working on your fitness.
Then I'll get wrinkly. I can't do that.
Keep working on fitting those cookies in your mouth.
That.
I can do that.
Working on my fitness. Yes, fitness in my mouth.
I like that. I'm using that.
Absolutely, honey. Go for it. I'm here all day. But I mean, as far as like when I'm Amethyst, obviously the confidence is love it. But I also enjoy when that comes off. I enjoy solitude and I enjoy peace and I enjoy quiet. Like Jada said, we're introverts with extroverts jobs. You know what I mean? That energy is a push. That's a force. That has to be pushed out of me. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I'm just very whatever I'm trying to say. But as far as having like a dysmorphia issue, that part I can't relate to that part. So I would need someone else to answer that part.
I understand that. As a non-binary individual, I get confused. I go back and forth because when I see my everyday body, I appreciate my curves and I appreciate being a person of size. But I always feel like there's something missing. But in drag, I feel like I'm complete because for some reason, like I'm very curvaceous. I have a lot of hip, a lot of booty. There ain't no padding on this body anywhere. Huge, right? Baby, listen. You could sit up 2 chairs and put a tray on it and have dinner for 2. And then you could have dessert after. Anyway. But I always feel like this part is missing in my everyday life. But yet I get what you're saying, girl, because when I'm in drag, I feel whole. But this is a character. But when I'm not in face, like I said, I still wear makeup every day. But I feel like this is missing because I feel like my body shape is wrong. It doesn't make sense. So I get that. So yeah, no, I think that's something that I think a lot of us who, trans, non-binary and trans individuals struggle with. But I think ultimately is taking all those compliments and all of that love that you get when you're on stage and really feeling that and absorbing it and holding that for those moments that you're not on stage. And I think that can help your everyday confidence and help kind of like get you through to the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to echo some of what Jada said because this year I had to perform shirtless for an event and I was that kid who never took his shirt off to go swimming. So I had to wrap my head around that because I don't like my body from here to my waist. I never have, but I just kind of had to go, oh, well, this is me on stage. And I went through the struggle of, do I work out and try to get muscular or do I put on weight and try to be chubby and funny? Because apparently you can't be hot and chubby because that doesn't work. That's dumb.
No,
I think that's a dumb. Yeah.
Because didn't you know fat equals ugly?
Yeah, it's weird.
I missed that memo. I really did because, honey, I might be fat, but I am gorgeous.
Exactly.
Yes.
In face and out of face. Don't care.
Well, and that's a sad thing here in the world in general. Like, I was very happy when I saw there was a production of Beauty and the Beast performed. I think it was down in Maryland. And they had a plus size Black queer actor playing Belle. And like it was still Disney's Beauty and the Beast, but like her first outfit, the blue dress, nope, it was blue overalls. And the guy that played the Beast, they were very body positive in that show. The guy playing the Beast only had one leg. And he worked with like a prosthetic for the whole show. And it was, all those old beauty standards, they're making way for new beauty standards.
I love that.
Right. I mean, look at Lizzo. She's on a particular nerdy show today. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, but it's all over the internet. But she's beautiful and she's unapologetic about it. And now she's putting out a line of shapewear for, different body types, including like binders and tucking panties.
She's a great advocate for the community. She always has been. I think somebody else. Girl,
That car outside is not
gotta
an
be
advocate.
Bike Week. Like, I wouldn't know if it was Bike Week, but there's somebody else I think that often gets forgotten about when it comes to body positivity and exemplifying what beauty is, and that's Tess Holliday. I don't know if you guys know who Tess Holliday is, but she was like the first plus size model, and she a big girl, but she is stunning. And I think like I personally think I look at Lizzo. And I feel like she takes a lot of like inspiration from Tess, not so much in the face and like the way she does her makeup and stuff, but definitely in her body. Like I won't say that because I'll get canceled, but never mind. See, look, I censored myself. I did good there.
Oh, look, Estee Lauderdale is here. I'm late. What did I miss? Us singing your praises.
Yeah, we won't repeat it.
Yeah. You should have tuned in earlier, slacker.
You're going to have to rewind it after the VHS is over.
Exactly. Be kind, rewind.
Yes.
Oh, I miss Blockbuster Friday nights.
So we got a multi-part question here from Amber Dashal. The question is, so this is long. I work in a middle school, 7th and 8th graders. I've never seen so many kids be different. I don't know how to say it. Trans, maybe. Anyways, I'm trying to reach my coworkers. How do you know he, she, they, them? How do you ask?
That's so easy.
Yep.
Hi, what's your pronouns? That
Simple
easy.
as that.
There's absolutely no harm in somebody saying, what's your pronouns? I want to make it so much more than that, and it's just not. Like it's just that's easy. Like kids today, and it's insane. I live for the kids today. They are everything because they are just unapologetically them. They have more of a self-awareness than I think any generation before them. And I'm talking about Generation Alpha, which is interesting that they're Generation Alpha. Because they know. But yeah, no, that's the easiest way is, hey, what's your pronouns?
Yep. She was saying, my coworkers say if it's a boy name, it's a girl name, blah, 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 blah. So many. Okay, this is my friend Terry.
Danny.
Aiden. Reagan.
Ryan. Aaron. Ryan. Kim.
And that's the thing is I think by asking, you set yourself up for success. Because like some people are very confused by mine because I don't like Danny for male is spelled D-A-N-N-Y, whereas like Danny for female is typically D-A-N-I, and mine is D-A-N-N-I-E because I wanted to make sure that it was different so people were kind of like,
because you're extra.
no, baby, I'm everything and there's a difference.
Extra. Extra.
Aw.
Your daughter.
Kelly just said, I made the mistake in asking in a disrespectful way. Again, I apologize, but you taught me the correct way.
You're welcome, baby. That happened at the show.
Gotcha.
You're welcome, baby.
And you know what? That's one thing I always say, at least, if you ask, you're trying to learn.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with asking.
Yep.
And that's something that our community needs to focus on more. And I think I've heard you actually say this on the show, Mother, is we need to learn that not always to be offended. We need to understand and take every moment as an educational moment.
Yep.
And I think that is the most mature, intelligent, and beneficial way to handle things is by making anything and everything as an educational thing. Can I use you as an example, Amy? When I said, like, I call Amy and I, in all the years we've known each other, we've never had an issue. And I forget what she said one night. And I was like, And I called her and I said, "Hey, Mom, listen. You said this, and it made me feel invalidated."
Okay.
And I said, "What's going on there? Like, why is that?" And very, very bluntly, she was like, "Girl, because I just don't know. I don't know." And she asked me questions, and we had a beautiful conversation, and I was able to help her understand and see, different things, and it was lovely. And it's something I think that our community needs to take more pride in, is being the educators. But I took off the dirty face. Now I'm trying to be good, and you're still giving me faces.
How do you know that was for you, dear?
Who was it for?
None your business.
Or they're saying something in that other room. Hold on.
That was for Alize. Alize, yes.
What she said?
On another platform in another universe. It's okay.
I am stuck on, like, we were talking about how the kids are so empowered and intelligent, and then Ava Rage says, "What's a VHS?"
I'm done with you.
All right. Good night. Take care.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Girl, you got a lot to learn.
Yes, she
Oh
does.
my God. I know that they're the black bricks with tapes you put into a box to watch something.
I am right here. Thank you very much. Black brick. Not a black brick.
Ah!
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
This all just happened. Okay, back to the subject. Jada, another question for you.
I'm done. I'm done after that. I need to know how Ava is.
Right. Derek would like to know, what is the hardest part about being a comedian who often performs in non-LGBT exclusive showcases? Have you ever had issues with someone you have shared the stage with?
Oh boy.
So I love this. I was on Comedy's Most Wanted tour for 2 years. And we traveled all over the East Coast. And it was myself and 9 black guys. Straight, cis, black men. No. And my opening, I don't know if I can tell that opening joke.
You can tell around it.
Yeah, talk around it.
So I was the headliner, of course. My nickname was Money. Like, that's literally what they all called me, was Money, because people would come to see, this. But my opening line was, "Thank you guys so much for having me. I love being here. I love being the only, non-binary drag queen, blah, 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 blah." The only reason they have me on this show is because I'm the type of girls that they like to...
Yeah.
I didn't know how true that was going to end up being until I started getting propositioned after the freaking shows. And I was like, we work together, and it's definitely not big enough.
Yeah, it has to be a certain size to ride that ride.
Like, the screen can't even... Anyway. But yeah, no, that, I would say that's the only, issue. All of... Keep going.
She's a bit cavernous.
There. That's about right.
That's my old weight measurement.
And the first 34 just to get through the cheek. Anyway. But is it inappropriate? Can I tell that joke?
No, I like it. I'm here for it.
Okay. But yeah, that's literally the only issue that I ever had with any of the cis, male, hetero people that I ever worked with on as far as comedy. And I worked in some towns, honey, like Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, that's a good place.
What was the really bad? Below Hagerstown. There's a place below Hagerstown that's really scary. I could tell you stories about going to my... Anyway. But that's the only issues that I ever had, was them propositioning me.
Wow.
I was like, I look like a, I'm just not. I give that away.
We we just performed down in St. Leonard, Maryland, at a lovely little place called the Tavern. And like,
Yeah.
huge shout out to the Tavern for making us feel super welcome, super appreciated. We were worried. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about that show. The hate we had gotten on Facebook, I had not seen so many like hateful things in a while, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Then my bank account thanked me after the show.
Sure
Um,
did.
sure did. Um, and the people who came to the show, it was very obvious. It was anybody who had been crushed under the heel of these oppressive, just super conservative people who were just like, we don't need this in our town. You're ruining our town. And I was like, no, you've missed the point. Like, we're not here to ruin your town. I like how much power they're giving us right now. Like, we have the ability to destroy society. I'm like, well, that's accurate. We use our powers for good.
That's right. It was like Footloose, sort of.
It was Footloose.
It's
Like-
amazing to me what happens when you do shows in small towns. Like the Brogue show, I was absolutely blown away by the amount of love that was in that building that night, and the amount of messages that I got afterwards saying thank you so much for bringing drag to, and it's not Brogue, honey, it's the Brogue. I am from there, but the Brogue, girl, the Brogue. Next time I do a show down there, I'm going to make every one of the queens go to the Brogue store with me. It's a
Ava
general
Raid.
store.
Ava just made a comment. My favorite thing about calling us strippers is that it makes no sense. We don't put on all of that to take it all off.
Are you kidding me?
Right. I take it all off, but that's after the show. And I've done a burlesque show. Like, we used to do a burlesque show here in Harrisburg all the time. And let me tell you how much of a nightmare it was to get in drag and think some of this has to come off, but some of it can't come off. Because
Right.
if it does, it's a completely different show. Like,
It sure is.
And that's the thing, though. Even when we do take it off, we're not taking it off because there's
Yeah.
literally 7 or 8 other layers underneath of it.
Right.
Like, but we could be nude as heck and
Yep.
still be completely covered. So
exactly.
it's all in who's watching. And
Yep.
oh, Kitty!
Sedusa would like to know, Jada, when can I go through your closet so I can add it to mine?
I have things that I've unfortunately outgrown. So I told her the other week this year. I have tights that when I was coming back to do Amethyst Benefit show, I was like, oh, I'll put these tights on. They're new. I've just had them for 5 years.
Ooh, here's a good question. Este would like to know, forgive me if you answered this already, what came first, the stand-up or the drag? I'm finding myself loving my time on the mic more than the performance itself, and eventually want to transition into comedy.
So that's a very interesting thing. And I can thank Tequila Daniels for this. So I started drag, and I was on cast at the Velvet Rope here in York.
Oh, wow.
It's like Kede.
Wow.
It's like Kede. Hi, Kede. I'm sorry, very easily distracted.
I like this face.
Doesn't even take friggin' shiny. But I started doing drag, and I would never get on the mic. And one night, Amethyst Diamond at Gettysburg College, Sanika Diamond, Tequila Daniels, and Carmen Sierra,
Oh,
and myself were doing the Gettysburg College show, and they're all backstage getting ready. And I always come as a woman. So I was the only one ready, and the show was supposed to start. And Tequila Daniels shoved that mic in my freaking face and said, go stall. And I literally wanted to cry. But I went out, got on that mic, and I realized, oh, wow, they're laughing.
was this at Gettysburg College?
Yeah,
Oh, when they made us little Sammies?
yeah. In the green room.
Sandwiches. That's
Sandwiches.
where sandwiches originated that night.
Yeah, Carmen.
Sandwiches originated.
Yeah,
Right, Sanika? Sandwiches.
it was great. But yeah, And that's when I realized that I love making people laugh. And
Right.
I was actually discovered at one of my shows here in New York at Excess. Somebody, my promoter from the past comedy show, actually came to one of my drag shows by accident and came up to me afterwards and was like, I really want to book you for this comedy tour that I'm doing. I think you're really funny.
Yeah.
And that's how my comedy ended up starting. But yeah, girl, seriously, like, follow your heart. If you like being on the mic, I think that's something. Can I touch on that real quick, you guys?
Absolutely. Take your time, girl.
It's your show, baby.
I think people really, really need to understand that there's different types of queens. And I think the more people appreciate that and accept that, I think better we'll be as a community. Because I don't like going out there and like, I don't, that's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I like being on the mic and making people laugh and getting the audience hyped up and entertained so that way they're tipping the queens more. That sounds awful, but I think there's a huge distinction between an MC and somebody who's an entertainer. And I think people who are entertainers should love themselves for the fact that they can entertain like that, because to me, that's amazing. I'll watch a show every day. But I think on the opposite spectrums, I think they need to also understand that it's okay to have a girl come host your show. And it's not because they're trying to get over on you. It's just because that's what they do.
Right.
That's their shtick. That's
Right.
where they belong. And when you put entertainers and MCs together, I think you get one hell of a show.
Definitely.
Estee says, that being said, still book me, please. I think the two of you would get along very well.
Yes.
Again, I don't know her. That's not shade.
We'll put you in touch.
I don't know any of these queens today.
We'll fix that.
You leave for a minute and come back to the area, and it's like
You start pissing people off.
autism's a bitch. Listen, you say it all the time. I'm the kind of girl that if I feel as though there's an injustice, I'm going to speak up. And that's another autism thing is oftentimes we have a very definitive line of right and wrong. There's not a lot of gray for us a lot of times. And sometimes that doesn't sit well with others.
Yeah.
But have a conversation.
Yeah, talk to them. So we have two more questions, and then we're going to get to Derek's helpful drag tip of the week. So this is a quick one. This is a fun one. What inspired your drag name?
Very nice. Jada.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Mine's obvious.
Same. Jada loved me so much. She wanted something close to my name.
Hold the phone. I came first, Heifer. I came first. I remember when you made your debut.
Right. And everyone's like, who?
Black and White Party at Excess.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, Jada, I started out with that old saying of who's your favorite actress and who's your favorite like musician or whatever. And my favorite actress was Julia Roberts. So I took Julia, and not that I really liked his music, but I just kind of thought the last name was cool, which was Sparks, Bubba Sparks. So I was like, oh, Julia Sparks. I was like, that's too white. It's too white. So I just kept going through J names, and I was like, Jada Sparks. And that's where the name came from. Jade, where did yours come from?
Yeah.
My eyes are green. That was easy.
I missed that.
And the funny thing is, I was playing a vampire in a Halloween show, and we were like, what are we going to call her? Jade.
Jade.
Because in those shows, we had a crystal, we had a sapphire, we had an onyx, and we had a ruby. So I was like, I'll be Jade. And then DeVere is Edward DeVere, the 17th Earl of Oxford, the guy who supposedly wrote everything that Shakespeare did. So that's what it is. My name was originally going to be Eddie. I was thinking very ab-fab. Eddie, darling, sweetie, darling.
Eddie, darling. I knew you were ab-fab. I knew it.
Yep. And then everybody in the dressing room was like, that's a guy's name. You can't use a guy's name for drag. And I was like, well, back in the day, sure. But
yes, her name's Adina. That's why they call her Eddie.
Adina Darling.
Adina DeVere.
And that's what it was going to be.
I
love
miss Abfa.
Yep.
And amethyst is my birthstone.
Yep. One more question, and then we'll get to Derek's helpful drag tip. And this is from Evelyn Fantasia, or Phantasma. Oh, I just Mandela affected myself. I can't remember what it is.
Phantasma.
Evelyn, what is your last name?
Phantasma.
Phantasma. Oh, I totally gave myself Mandela effect. I was like Berenstain. What would your advice be to me as a younger autistic queen trying to put myself out there?
Something that I wish I would have done at the beginning of my career. And that was be myself and not try to conform to what everybody else wanted me to do. And girl, if you're gonna stim on stage, stim on stage. Do you guys know what stimming is? Mother, do you know what stimming is? See, this is so bad. Now I have to explain it. When you become overstimulated, your body takes on a natural thing. The most common stimming is hand flapping. You've probably seen autistic people who are people with autism. See, and I'm not PC when it comes to my stuff, but they hand flap a lot of times when they're becoming more excited or whatever. Don't hide your stims. Don't. That is a unique, beautiful thing, key to you. And let that on the stage. Put it on the stage because you have no idea what individual is in that room watching you, and you have no idea how enlightening and how freaking amazing that can be for them to see you allow your stims out. Because for somebody who was diagnosed later, who hides their stims, it's hard to then reverse that, to allow yourself to stim when you're overstimulated, and it's unhealthy as well. So just be you, baby. Be you. Let all of your uniqueness fly.
That.
It's so pretty tonight.
This has been a very lovely episode.
Thank you.
We do have one more thing to dive into, and that is Derek's helpful drag tip of the week.
Oh, no. What did he do now?
Oh, my husband loves to impart knowledge as a show director, entrepreneur, Libra. Libra. He just has a lot of knowledge to impart, sometimes to the audience, sometimes to newer performers. I read this earlier. I don't remember what it is, so we're going to go on a journey together.
Yes.
Derek's helpful drag tips. In many ways, getting a drag booking is like applying for another job. Building a portfolio of photos and videos to present will go much further with a show director than, trust me.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get professional photos done. Have examples for people. You can't just say, oh, trust me, I've been doing this a long time.
Yep.
That doesn't fly, especially if you're asking for a certain kind of booking fee. They're going to want proof that you deserve to be paid that booking fee. And that's completely fair on both ends.
I think that's a huge thing is the photos. I hate trying to create a photo around a queen who sends me a selfie. Now,
I love a selfie.
Send a selfie. Now, here's the thing, though. That's the thing for new girls. You don't go out and go get professional photos done. But, girl, learn how to use your camera on your iPhone. She'll do everything. It'll make you look like a professional photo every time.
That's right.
Tap and hold. And it'll take out your whole background. Yeah, no, baby. Derek.
Yep.
Breach.
There was a bit of a row on Facebook a little while ago when someone was like, get photos done. I forget who posted it, but it was like, here's photos that don't work and here's photos that do work. And so many people got angry about it. I was like, listen, you don't need to do a $300 professional photo shoot if you just do a simple, here's my look, here's me. Hey, my friend over there, can you take a quick picture of me in drag? Yes, thank you.
Make sure your background is blank.
Make sure your background
is with no background. Sorry, Jade.
That's all right. Green screen. I'm like, make sure your back. Oh, right. I'm dumb.
Listen, if you need to listen, Go look at Sanika Diamond's Facebook. That'll show you a cheap photo shoot from 1992, honey. It works. If it worked then, it'll work now, girl. Make it work. The only thing older than her is that picture of her.
That was 2003.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what freaking Derek is saying, girl. Take a new picture.
But still, those pictures are better than those pictures of some of the selfies that are being promoted on flyers.
Oh, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, seriously, go look at her pictures from way then, and just like throw a freaking sheet up. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Just be happy that Sanika's photos are in color now.
Are they?
She's not using the black and whites anymore.
Are you sure?
You have to change the bulb after every picture.
Can we make that the whole Diamond family with the chocolate one?
Wow.
It's my best friend.
I mean, mine had to be, pounded, it's fine.
Poor Amethyst couldn't take the cave wall with her when they moved to a new gig.
Nope. Just me.
Come to the show.
Come see me, Denise. I'm leaving.
We
Where's
are.
Sanika? Have her on the show, please.
Cunts everywhere, as far as the eye can see. That sounds like the beginning of something funny.
Don't take far to look in a mirror, girl.
Derek just posted a quote that's been going around on TikTok lately, and it's a beautiful quote. I'm sorry if that came across harsh. I'm autistic and also a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell one last thing?
Go for it.
Okay. So right after I was diagnosed, I was watching TikTok one night, and there was a comedian on there, and he's a very sassy gay man. And he's talking, and like, I'm still coming to terms with being autistic, even though people have told me for years. And he's talking about it, and he's like, for years I've been making jokes, and people are like, you're such a sassy gay man. And he always said about how he could get away with certain things that other people couldn't get away with. He was like, oh, you're just so sassy. He was like, and I would say things like, I would meet people, and I would be like, your shoes are dirty. Is that because you're poor? And people would be like, oh, you're so sassy. And he was like, no, baby, I'm just trying to freaking relate. I'm autistic. And it's very true, because like oftentimes we say things that people misperceive as being very rude or too upfront or too forward. And we're not. We're just trying to relate. Comes across bitchy, but it's not, because we don't attach emotions to words like neurotypicals do. We read the definitions of the English dictionary the way that that's what's in our head. Like, if you say, this word, we read it like the definition, whereas a lot of times neurotypicals attach emotion to words, and we don't. So the one word that I use all the time is unfortunately, and people often take offense to that because for some reason to neurotypicals it sounds like I'm being cunty. And I never will understand it. Yeah, just like, hi, how are you? Small talk is... What?
That's unfortunate.
It is. Very unfortunate, fortunately. But small talk, it doesn't make sense to me. How's the weather? I don't know. I'm not a freaking meteorologist. Go ask Mother's freaking brother. He'll tell you.
Mother's brother.
Go outside and look at it.
Mother's brother.
Your brother.
My actual brother?
Yes, the meteorologist.
Shane. Oh, I was just talking to him.
Well, you'll be there next week.
I will be there on Sunday, thank God.
But I literally how did you not get, how do I know, anyway?
No idea.
Dementia.
This has been such a wonderful night. I am so grateful, Jada, to have you here this evening.
Are you, though?
I am.
I'm not sure how I'm feeling.
Good. That means you did it right.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I was here.
But my
peanut butter cups by Chocolate L'Amour were fabulous.
There you go.
product placement. But we have reached the end of our time, so I want to give everybody a chance to say goodnight to our viewers, starting with Amethyst Diamond.
Hey kids, it's that time for us to go again, but we'll be back in a couple weeks. Jade's going to talk about our upcoming guests in a couple weeks. You're going to love them. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for keeping us alive. Thank you for keeping us popular and for the merch and all that good stuff. We love you. We love you very much. Thank you to everybody involved in tonight's show. Thank you to Jade. Thank you to JADA for being here tonight. Unfortunately, it was lovely. And I had a really good time with you guys. So you can catch us this weekend at Divas Down Under on Friday. And Sunday through Thursday, I will be in Atlanta. So please don't bother me. And I love you very much. And thank you. Thank you. Tonight's show is brought to you by Choco L'Amour. And that's it. That's the end.
Fantastic. Jada, anything to add?
Why'd you point to her? I'm down here.
I'm glad I did.
I'm still not. Anyway, Jade, I just want to say it has been fantastic getting to know you, actually, to see our similarities and just how kind of crazy we are together.
Yes.
Amethyst, yeah.
Unfortunately,
I got stuck with that. No, Mother, I just want to say thank you for always being there. Thank you for being who you are. It's appreciated.
fine.
It's
Blah, blah,
amazing.
blah.
To everybody that watches Inside the Drag Closet, it's amazing. It really is. Like, I just want to say to you guys both, like, I tune in every single week that you're on. It's something that I look forward to. And like they both said, like, it doesn't keep happening unless you guys keep watching. So share the hell out of this station with people, because what they're doing is something completely different. And it's a lot of fun, and it's educational and catty at times. But the message always goes there. But thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I probably should have talked more about autism, but you know, autism.
I think that is the perfect way to word that. Jada, it has been an absolute joy getting to reconnect with you in a different vein. To actually get to know you. Like, it has been so much fun. Like, we're going to be dangerous together. This is going to be, look out, everybody.
We know just the person to come for.
Exactly.
I didn't follow that. That was too literal for me.
Right. I'm having a great time with
seconds.
you. Amethyst, I adore you. You always have my back, and I
do.
Cannot thank you enough. To everybody watching, thank you all for continuing to tune in and support us and get merch and just keep the show going. We have more exciting shows coming up in 2 weeks. I'm very excited to have 2 fantastic guests joining us. We have the adorable Crimson Scholar joining us. Look at that beautiful woman right there. Right? And we and we have the incomparable Lana Del Vey will be joining us.
Well, Dan,
Yay.
I am so excited to chat with both of them. Everybody go out, support local drag, get your tickets for Divas Down Under. It's going to be an incredible show. But thank you for continuing to support us. And like I always say, go out and be the beauty you would like to see in the world. Live long and prosper.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet.